Hey guys, and welcome to my first YouTube video. Today, do I have a story time for you? I just want to say something really quick. So this channel is just mainly my personal channel. It's just to talk to you guys, talk about story time, do makeup, maybe talk about my Instagram tips, maybe talk about fashion. I don't know yet. It's just like for that one-on-one conversation. I do have a fashion channel which will be based off of my MDY clothing line, which is going to talk about like how we made things from illustrations to real life, all the behind the scenes to the lookbooks. And then I have my music channel, which is all like the music videos, behind the scenes, the journey, the process of songwriting, the process of just editing everything, and all that fun stuff. But yeah, today, if you have seen my Instagram, you already know what's up. Sorry, I have McDonald's because I'm so hungry, but don't mind me. Where do I even start? Okay. So, I'm gonna start the night before. So the night before, I went out to celebrate my 21st birthday. And so we went to a party. I went out with my friend. I went out with my fiance. And then we went to a bar. Whole time, like, I am dressed to impress. I have like a long sleeve flannel used as like a dress with like a little fanny pack to like cinch out my waist, make me look snatched. I'm wearing fishnets, and then I'm wearing some like knee-high socking boots. Doesn't make sense. It's like boots, but it's like made out of sock material. I'm gonna put a picture right here so you can get an idea of what I'm wearing. So this is what I'm wearing. And so that night, my friend, she went out with someone else, and then me and Daryl, like, I went to go sleep over at his house. So I texted my mom that I was like, hey mom, sleeping over at Daryl's, see you in the morning or something. Next morning, my mom was like texting me like crazy, like, hey, when are you coming home? When are you coming home? When are you coming home? I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, she was supposed to be home. You know, normal mom stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'll go home now since you're asking. And while Daryl's driving me, she's like, hey, like, I've been getting threats all day. I need you home now. So I'm just like, just playing around, because I think she's playing with me. I was like, who's threatening my mom? I'll beat the ass. Like, you know, like, I'm pretty sure someone's messing with your mom, like, you throw them hands. So I'm just like, so the whole time I said that to her, not knowing that she, like, on the other side of the phone, she's actually really panicking. Like, I'm over here playing around, she's actually panicking. And when we pulled up to the driveway, I was like, oh my god, like, girl, I'm just go, because my mom was talking about some threats and stuff. And when I said that, a police freaking knocks on his window. It's like, and it's like, who are you? And I was like, I'm the daughter of this house, so watch who you're speaking to. No, I'm kidding. I was dead ass scared. So I was like, I'm the daughter of the house. And he was like, okay, who are you? And he looks at Daryl and was like, oh, I'm her fiance. He was like, okay. And then I'm just like I look at Daryl, I was like, my mom was not playing. Like, what is happening? There's a cop here. There's something really going on. At this point, I'm looking crazy because Daryl let me borrow some sweats. So I'm wearing a flannel, sweats, and then you see like my pointy little heels sticking out. Plus, the driveway is full of ice because it just snowed. So I'm just looking a hot mess. So I'm getting out the car, like, sliding everywhere. And the cop turns around. And he's like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah. I just went out the other day and this arm right today. And yeah. And then I know he probably thought I was, like, drunk or something because I was wobbling everywhere. Because, I mean, walking on ice with heels. Name someone else who could do that, though. What the hell? And then I get into the house and I see that my mom has been crying. Her eyes are red, like her nose is red, like she's been crying. So the cop was like, have you told your kids what's been going on? And she's like, no, like literally the cop has been the only person that actually knows what's happening. So it's me and my brother. My sister's actually sleeping over at her friend's house. And so, like, my brother's in the staircase and I'm just like, I just had to like go on the first stair and like see what's like really happening. And she tells me, and she's like, we have a baby brother now. So she stays up with him all night long. And so they don't go to sleep till like 5 in the morning. And she was like, when I was sleeping, I missed all these phone calls and the different numbers. So It's like 9:40 at this time, where it's like people are just blowing up her phone. And the numbers show from New York, Georgia, Colorado, like just random states. And she gets these text messages. They're like, hey, you have a picture of our girl. You wasted her time. You owe us $159 for wasting her time. She sent you all these pictures. Now you must pay. And I was like, what are you talking about? What girl and stuff? And they're like, you know what we're talking about. You know what girl we're talking about. And I was like, I really don't know what you guys are talking about. Like, you probably had the wrong people. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Then they find her on WhatsApp. I don't know if you guys use it, but I use it. My fiance uses it. My family uses it. It's just another texting app. I don't know why we have another texting app, but we just do. And they found her on that app. And it was the girl who was like, hey, you need to answer my manager's phone number. Like, you need to answer his call. I'm really trying to help you out. Please answer. Please answer. And I was just like, who are you? Like, what is happening? She sends a video of someone shooting a guy. Like, they're just like letting bullets out on him. Like he's been gone and they're still shooting his body. And she was like, hey, this is how these men handle these situations. Like, I'm trying to help you out. Please answer those phone calls. And my mom was like getting freaked out. I'm like, what the hell? This girl is gonna drop a picture of me and my siblings. Like, they have a picture of me and my siblings, which is like a picture we took a couple years ago, which me and my mom don't know how they even had those pictures. Because on my mom's profiles, all of her stuff is like private. So if you know how like Facebook works, you can't really see pictures uploaded unless you're friends with that person. So that was weird. We were like, what the hell? Like, that's just crazy. And so that's when my mom was like really freaked out. She called the cops. And the crazy thing is, like, when she called the cops, that's when they stopped texting her. Which is crazy because it's not like she said, I'm gonna call the cops right now, and they like stopped texting. Like, no, she just called them and they stopped texting her. Crazy. This is like around 11:40. And so the police, he says like, oh, you know, we tried chasing the number, we can't find it. So it's not a number registered here in America. It's most likely out of the country. And they're just trying to scare you guys. But the thing is, it's like, then to me, it's just like, then how did those numbers come out like from New York and Georgia and all that? Like, how do they have like states that you can't edit that? Or you can't like, I don't know. Like, I just don't get that part. I don't trust this stuff. Like, I watch ID channel, so I'm kind of like a pro with this stuff. So I was like, hey, you know, I know how this usually goes. Like, a girl or family will call the police over a threat or something. The police will like brush it off, how it kind of seems like you're doing. And usually, police brushes it off, and usually that family gets killed. Like, I'm a little skeptical. I don't know how this doesn't make sense. One, how did they find my mom's number? And it's like, oh, social media, like anyone could do that. But it's like my mom's phone is not there. Like, you can't just go to like her Instagram or her Facebook and see that. You can't. How do they get the picture of us? That doesn't make sense. And another thing, this whole time, they're texting my mom in Spanish. Like, I'm just translating it to you guys. But the whole time the text has been in Spanish. So how did I know she spoke Spanish? Like, you don't just get a number and then you just call it, then just assuming they're going to speak Spanish. Like, you don't. So that doesn't make sense to me. And so I was really freaked out. And yeah. I'm scared for my life right now. Like, it doesn't make sense. And the thing is, they knew we live in Kansas. So it was like, that scared the hell out of me. But that part, I know they could get that because, like, yeah, like, it says we live in Kansas, like, on Facebook. So that wasn't, like looking back now, it's like, okay, like, that was kind of that was a given bone. Another thing. Okay, so then the cops talks about, like, how we're safe, it's just a scam. They believe we're in good hands. They're going to be driving around the block to make sure nothing crazy happens tonight. And we're like, okay, because we're scared. So, like, anytime someone knocked on the door or someone rang the doorbell, we dead us just walking around with knives, like, Like everybody had their own personal kitchen knife around the house. Like, you need to watch out. We were not here to play. And then the thing is, like, after the cop left, around 1, this page is a girl. I might actually expose that page because you guys need to watch out. Like, I think, like, just to prevent, like, from other people getting scared, like, I should expose them. It's a girl. And she, like, her page, you could tell, is just like a catfish page. Like, it's like a pretty model. And it's only like a few pictures. And it was just a recently created profile. And they text my stepdad. And they're like, hey, we sent your wife a text message about how we're going to kill your family. Make sure to transfer her this amount of money so she could give it to us. Or something like that. Everyone has just been ignoring the text after that. Like, we're like, okay, we're just gonna ignore them. Something happens, we're gonna beat the ass. I'm kidding. We've been shook. Like, since that night, we've been scared to do anything. We're scared to leave the house. We're scared to take out the dogs. We're scared to go to the car. Scared to do everything. I don't think people realize, like, how, like, traumatizing they put. When people do stuff like that, they don't realize how much they're scaring that other person. Like, they probably think it's just, oh, let's just get money or something, but they don't realize how much fear they're actually implying. And it's sad. Like, I have younger siblings and I can only imagine like how scared they were, because I'm pretty sure they look up to me and my mom and think like, oh, if anything happens they'll protect us, but but I really would take a bullet for my family. I'm not joking. But it's just insane to me just how everything happened. Like, from the phone numbers to the pictures to just knowing, like, how we spoke Spanish. Like, how? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me still. And it's so aggravating. Like, if that's a scam, like, they put a lot of work to scam people. Like, it's just insane. But thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you've ever been in a situation like that. I like reading. I don't care if you drop me in a whole essay. I love reading. I don't like reading, but I love some cheese man. Like, when I was some cheese man, I'm like, oh, I'm right there. You know, I'm a reader. Thank you guys for watching, and I will be making more videos. Thank you guys.